So let's talk about pity manipulation, what it is and how it works. First, a bit of an explainer on pity itself. If you already understand pity, skip ahead to the part about manipulation. So basically, pity increases your chances of getting a legendary hero, and eventually it guarantees one. There are 3 separate summoning stone types, and each has its own separate pity counter. So the blue stones, called rare summoning crystals, have 1 counter, yellow stones, called legendary summoning crystals, have another counter, red stones, called ancient summoning crystals, have a 3rd. I'll be calling them blue, yellow, and red to make it easier to follow along, but if you're colorblind, that's the translation. Blue is rare, yellow is legendary, red is ancient. Now, summoning a legendary on any one of those crystal types does not affect pity on the others, because they're each separate. So a blue legendary hero summon does not change your pity on the yellow summons. Wherever you are in the yellow summons, you'll remain after you get your legendary on the blue summons. Blue summoning crystals have generally only a 0.5% chance of granting a legendary. During 2x events only, that chance is increased to 1%. Each time you summon using a blue crystal, it increases a hidden counter. If you get a legendary hero, the counter resets. If you summon 180 times without getting a legendary hero, you get into what we colloquially call soft pity. Each additional summon after 180 has an increased chance of getting a legendary hero. The chance increases a whopping 5% each time. So summon 181 has a 5.5% chance, summon 182 has a 10.5% chance, and so on. Whenever you finally get a legendary, pity resets. At 200, if you have not received a legendary hero before then, you are guaranteed one. But the chances of getting all the way to 200 are extremely slim. Red crystals are very similar in terms of overall numbers. Here, however, normal legendary heroes do not reset pity. Only Lords and Unnameable, aka the Dragons, reset pity. Instead of 180 pulls, it's 185 when soft pity begins, and chances of getting a Lord increase by 8% instead of 5% per summon. Again, at 200, you're guaranteed a legendary Lord. Yellow summoning crystals I saved for last because the numbers are very different. Yellow crystals work like blue ones in that any legendary hero resets pity. They have a whopping 6% chance to get a legendary hero on a normal summon, and soft pity starts at only 12 summons. Like blue crystals, chances increase only 5% per summon after soft pity, which means that the 13th summon is an 11% chance, the 14th is a 16% chance, and so on. At 20, your chances would only be 41, but your 20th summon is a guaranteed legendary hero if you haven't gotten one previously. Because of the way the numbers work here, you actually do reach hard pity, aka 20 summons, fairly regularly. Now, right now there's not a way to see your pity at a glance, but you can figure out where you're at by clicking on Details, then clicking on Summoning Record, and counting manually to see how many summons you've made since your last legendary. Pity manipulation means taking full advantage of these pity values. For instance, with red crystals, if you're close to pity, you might wait to summon any more until a banner with an ancient lord you really need comes up. The 2 most obvious examples are Praetus and Ingrid, and most players wait to summon on ancient banners entirely until one of those 2 is present, at least until they have them. A better example for newer players might be summoning with blue crystals. Before you reach pity, it's better for new players to summon on 2x banners, generally speaking. This reduces the number of summons needed per legendary hero from something like 160 to something like 80. Simulations give an exact figure close to those values. I don't remember exactly what it is. The need for new players to fill out their rosters trumps their need for specific heroes. But if you summon 180 times on a 2x banner and still haven't hit a legendary, it's best to stop summoning and wait for a banner with a needed hero to try specifically for that hero. Another possibility is to summon specifically on the +1 banner. That grants you an extra legendary hero when you get a legendary hero. So for instance, you might be at 185, summon a legendary hero, and get a second legendary hero for free. But the biggest use case for pity manipulation comes during limited events. So what is a limited event? Limited banners are an additional guarantee of a legendary hero, on top of the normal pity guarantee. A limited banner for Kagiri, for instance, guarantees a copy of Kagiri within 200 summons. If you summon 199 times on that banner and do not receive Kagiri, then your 200th summon will grant Kagiri. However, the guarantee is fulfilled the moment you summon Kagiri. So if you summon him on summon number 13, the guarantee is fulfilled and you do not get an additional Kagiri at 200. Because of this, it's a waste of a pity summon to continue summoning on the limited banner when you're in soft pity. Instead, you can jump over to a different banner, summon a legendary there, then jump back and continue summoning to get the guaranteed limited at 200. If you are close to pity at the beginning of the limited event, you might even be able to perform pity manipulation twice. So what you would do in that case, let's say you're at 130 pity when you start. You summon 50 times, you jump over to a different banner, get the legendary hero there, jump back to the limited banner, summon all the way up to number 199, then stop, go over to the other banner, summon until you get a legendary hero, then come back and make that 200 summon your summon for the limited hero. That basically gives you an almost free legendary hero. Also, that guaranteed summon for Kagiri at 200 counts as a legendary for pity on the blue crystals. So if you're at 180 pity and you pull Kagiri at number 200 on the limited banner, you reset your pity. Wherever you are, you reset your pity. So it's best to be at 0 pity already when you summon Kagiri on that limited banner so that you're not resetting a huge value. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for alerts. I am TLC, and this has been Pity Manipulation with TLC Worth. Thank you for watching.